Hey everyone, it's Adam from ATP Powerlifting again, and today I want to address barbell coatings. So I do have quite a few barbells, as you can see, some in the back that you can't see as well, and off to the side. For the purpose of this video, I'm only going to go over barbells that I currently have with those coatings. I don't want to tell you anything that's just hearsay. I want to give you my experience with these barbells. For example, I don't have a bar that has a chrome coating, and I don't have a bar that has a E-coat or an oxide coating, but these are going to be the most popular. So starting off, I have a Rogue Ohio deadlift bar, bare steel. I have a power bar, Rogue, that is a zinc coating. I also have a Texas deadlift bar that's a zinc coating. I have a Rogue Ohio deadlift bar that is a Cerakote, and I have a Texas power bar that is a Cerakote as well. So I'm going to tell you what bar I think is best for you based on the environment that you're going to be using it in, and also touch a little bit on the difference in pricing and other benefits. So I hope this video helps you out, and let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. Starting off, like I said earlier, we have a bare steel bar. It's the Rogue Ohio deadlift bar. The pros of this bar is that it's cheap and it has the most aggressive knurling. The negative is going to be that it requires the most amount of maintenance. Who I would recommend this bar to is someone that lives in a non-humid state or country. For example, I used to live in Connecticut. This bar required a lot of maintenance because it was in a very humid environment all the time. It was also in a basement, which is also more humid. Out here in Arizona, I've 3-in-1 oiled and brushed the bar like one time versus the short period of time it was in Connecticut, I did it tons and tons of times. So if you live in a non-humid environment, my recommendation would be just go bare steel, because it's not going to require that much more maintenance than any of the other bars anyway, and it's going to be the cheapest. Going down from there, we have the Texas deadlift bar, but with a black zinc coating. I would recommend this bar for anyone that lives in that more humid environment. Do not buy this bar because it looks pretty. The finish is going to wear off where you grip the bar pretty often, but the positive of that is that where you aren't touching the bar, it's going to stay with the coating on it, and it's going to keep it from rusting in those areas. Where you usually would touch the bar, it's not going to rust anyway because you're always touching it and moving it around. And this is also not an expensive upgrade to go from bare steel to the zinc coating. I'll list up in the top or something somewhere where you can see the price difference. I know it's not major. So the pros would be is it requires less maintenance, especially in a humid environment, which is where I would recommend it, and it's only slightly more money. The downside is you just lose just a little bit of the aggressiveness in the knurling because the coating does fill in the knurling a little bit. This is a power bar by Rogue. It's the same exact thing. This bar does get more use. So where these rings are, because I'm using these for squat, benching, and deadlifting with different clients, where the ring is, the coating came off in about 2 months. So like I said, don't expect the coating to stay on there and for it to look pretty. This is more to keep you from having to do the maintenance, and it doesn't affect the knurling hardly as much as the Cerakote, which I'll get to right now. The Cerakote, this bar is Cerakoted, and also this one, the top one, is a Rogue Ohio deadlift bar. If you could touch these just in person, the difference is like just night and day. This is also a more expensive bar. So the negatives on this bar are going to be that the knurling is less aggressive considerably. Like, it's not like you got to think about it. It's like a pretty big difference. And also it's a considerable amount of increase in money. The positive is going to be is if this bar is in something like a franchise gym or just, again, in a humid environment, it's not going to require almost any maintenance, and it's going to hold up really well. This bar is about 1.5 years old, and it doesn't have any marks on it whatsoever. That being said, this is a deadlift bar, so it's not getting rolled around in a rack or slammed back in the rack or anything like that. So that's kind of what I would expect. Going down to the Texas power bar, this does get slammed in the squat rack. So even though I have UHMW plastic in there, there is like a little spots in there where there's metal there where it could contact. And there is little tiny imperfections in the bar where you can just barely see that the Cerakote coating is coming off. So Cerakote is not indestructible like everyone claims it is, but it is the most durable out of any of the coatings I have seen so far. Again, the negative of this Cerakote is that it's more expensive and you're really diminishing the knurling, as the coating definitely seems to be the thickest out of the ones that I have listed here. A side note is, so this is a Rogue Cerakote and this is a Texas Power Bar Cerakote, and there actually is a noticeable difference between the feeling of the Cerakote on the Rogue bar and the difference of the Cerakote on the Texas Power Bar. For whatever reason, the Texas Power Bar seems to have like a glossy paint kind of feel, and the Rogue bar has more of like that matte paint kind of feel. So this definitely does supply more of a grippy feeling than the Power Bar does. It seems like I'm always putting shock on when I'm using this Texas Power Bar because it just seems so glossy. And before you say, I'm not comparing the deadlift bar to the Power Bar's knurling, I'm just referring to on where the smooth part of the bar is. You can definitely tell that Rogue has a little bit matte, like a matte-like feeling to it, which would create more of a grippy feeling. So I hope this helps you out and helps you be able to pick between the different coatings. As I said, I'm only listing the coatings that I have available to me here, although I'm sure these are the most popular, as I have multiple bars that are coated in these. E-coating just came out from Rogue, and oxide coating seems to be kind of falling off, not as popular anymore, although I do see it in like the Ohio bar. But that coating, from what I've heard, comes off even more and is less thick than even the black zinc coating. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, subscribe. That's all from me, guys. Peace.
Just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me go. Put it to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know.